Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I have a card that is thinking of you using the stamp set Very Versailles. I love this stamp set, it's absolutely beautiful. So let's just get started. Okay, so here is the card that I have planned for us today. And it is a thinking of you. And it's made with, like I said, the Very Versailles stamp set. This is the stamp set. It says always thinking of you, and I just masked off the always because I wanted it just to say thinking of you. It has have a beautiful day. That's a lovely sentiment, and a thank you. And then it's got this little script stamp here, this medallion, and these beautiful leaves. So what we need to make this card is I used a soft suede card base, and this is a top folding card. I didn't show you the inside. The inside I just left petal pink with a little bit of the script and some of the leaves on the inside. This is cut 8.5 by 4 1/4, scored and folded at 5.5. Then I have two pieces of petal pink. I love petal pink, and these are cut 4 by 5 1/4, and then I have one piece of Sahara Sand that is cut at 3 3/4 by 5, and then we'll be using some of this pretty ribbon, and it is Organdy striped ribbon in petal pink. And so that's what we're using. In order to do this, most of the work we're going to do is going to be done on this and one of these pieces. So let's just get started here. And I've been stamping away, can you tell? We'll flip this over and do this on this side. And I'm using Crumb Cake ink, and I'm using Old Olive ink. So the first thing we're going to do is to use the Old Olive ink and get our leaves stamped here. And I have my leaf stamp mounted here, and I'm just going to ink that up really good on this Old Olive ink pad. And I put this right here along the edge so that the stem is off of the paper, and so is this one leaf goes a little bit off of the paper. And then push that into place, and we get that beautiful image. Isn't that pretty? And then for the bottom piece, we only need a few of the leaves to show along the bottom here. And no two will be exactly the same, but that's probably plenty of leaves right there. Okay, so then having stamped that, the next thing we're going to do, oh, let's see, I do want a few of those leaves stamped on the bottom of this, so maybe I'll just do that while I have my ink out here. And I'm just going to stamp a few leaves, and maybe on this one, stamp a few again here at the top. Why not? Okay, so now I can put my Old Olive ink away, and I'm going to switch to my Crumb Cake ink and this beautiful script stamp. Here, it's a pretty big stamp. So what I did was I inked up the whole thing, and then I stamped off once, and then I put my stamp sort of down here like that, and then I'm going to do it again. Oh dear, that's the inside of the card. I'll have to do that again. So let me change my card piece here. I'm going to stamp off this, and I'm going to leave some room for my thinking of you, and I'm going to stamp this a bit to the one side here. This is going to put my sentiment a little closer to the top on this one. There we go. And then I'm going to stamp off again, and I'm going to put some of this script right down here on the bottom. And some of it's going to overlap, but that's fine because that's about where my ribbon will be. Now then, on this pink one, what I was planning to do, and I'll just turn this over and we'll do it anyway, was to put this little script stamp down here, stamped off once, there we go, and then do my leaves. I only thought I was done with my old olive. Let me open that one back up again and bring my leaf stamp back and restamp the inside of this. I want to get some of those leaves right here over that script, and then I decided to put a few leaves up here at the top. There we go. All right, so that is now my inside of my card. Now then, I'm going to bring back my crumb cake ink and show you what I did with this Thinking of You. I used this thin one because I don't intend to stamp this anyway, and I have a piece of washi tape here, and I've got it cut at a little bit of an angle, so it really doesn't matter, just so long as I get that always covered up, so that when I ink up my Thinking of You, then I can take this piece off. Make sure here, I see a little dab of ink right on the edge, and I'm going to put my Thinking of You right up here on my card. There we go. Thinking of You, and there's my script. Doesn't that just make a pretty card front? I think it's gorgeous. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is mount this piece on here, and I think I am now through with all of the ink, so I can put that away. And I'm going to mount this piece on here, so I just need a little snail to go on the back of my card here. I just love this color combination. So let's see, putting this in the middle here, getting a pretty good margin all the way around. And then I have my ribbon here, and I just need a piece that is enough to go around my card here. So that works out to be about 5.5 inches. All right, so there we have that, and what I'm going to do is just put some snail on the back of my card here so that I can anchor my ribbon down here, bring it across my card so that I make sure that it's on here straight, and wrap it around the back. There we go. Then I'm going to need to bring out my silicone mat here because it's a little sticky on the back, and I've got some of our linen thread, and I need a piece that I can tie a bow with and wrap around my string. And I think I've showed before, see how crinked this is? All you have to do is draw a nail over the place that's crinked, and it straightens it right out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is slide my twine underneath here, my linen thread, and line this up a bit more over on this side since I have my sentiment on that side. And I'm just going to tie a little knot here, just like that. So I capture that ribbon like that, and then this bow is just like tying your shoes because you've got the knot there, and it's just a matter of tying a little bow here just like you would tie your shoes. There you go. And then you can pull down your tails here. And I wanted my tails to kind of come down here towards the bottom. So I'm going to pull on them a little bit so that they're more coming down this way. And set my bow. I don't want it to be too big there, but that looks about right. And then I'm going to trim my tails here so that they're no longer than the bottom of the card. And then I'm going to take a glue dot here and fold it over on itself, make a little ball, and I'm going to attach that right to the back of the knot and the ribbon to hold that in place on my card. There we go. And there we have a cute little cinched ribbon there and a bow. Now then, the last piece that I put on the front of this card was some of these. This is from the sequin collection that I think is called Basic Sequins, or Basic Everyday Sequins, out of the catalog, and it has both Petal Pink and it has Sahara Sand. So I tried the Petal Pink and they seemed a little bright to me. I'll bring some out so you can see them. They're just a little too bright for the softness of this card. So I decided to use the Sahara Sand sequins here and put a few of those into place here. I'm going to put them in different places on this one than I did on the original. But, you know, whatever floats your boat. So there I have my card front done. Now this piece is ready to go on my card base, and you'll notice this is pretty simple. I don't have anything raised on here, and I'm fine with that. With the bow and the ribbon and the sequins, I think it more than enough dresses up the front of this card. And so I'm going to just put this on here flat, and then this piece that we've stamped on the inside. And that is all there is to it. This is a very simple card, and yet I think it is very beautiful. I love the soft tones of this. And let's see, getting that straight on my card base, and there we go. Isn't that just pretty? So that is my project for today. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. And if you don't already have a stamp, oh, I pulled my bow apart here. I'm going to have to retie that. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator, and or you could join my team. By the time this video is posted, the August deal for joining is past. Joining is $125 worth of product for $99. The good thing about this is if you start now, your first full quarter isn't until next quarter, which would be October, November, and December. So your first minimum isn't due until year end. So that's actually a pretty good deal. Gets you started. And if you'd like to get a holiday catalog, you don't already have a demonstrator, let me know and I'll send you one. I haven't pulled my prize winners yet. I'm videotaping this one ahead of time, so I haven't actually pulled those, but they'll be coming up soon. So thanks again for stopping by. Let's do a giveaway on this one. I think that I have one of the pick tools with the die brush attachment. So let's make that the prize for commenting and sharing this video. So it would be a pick tool and the die brush attachment. So again, thanks for stopping by, and I'll be back soon with more cards, more projects, and more tips. Bye.